Okay.
or 89, I think.
Okay.
And then, because by that time, even Mauritius emigration slowed down considerably, then it became not viable, you know, financially to run so many depots.
Okay.
So they started converging from 1890, a few depots under the same roof,
Right. Right.
and so on.
Right. And this has become a heritage site now?
Yes, it has. In fact, I have the correspondence from the Mauritius governor asking for a plot of land north of the cemetery, which is there on Bhawanipur. Till today it's there.
Okay.
And north of the cemetery, he wanted a place next to the depot for making a kitchen garden while waiting for shipment.
Right.
So that the emigrants could, you know,
Be housed and...
no, they can occupy themselves planting vegetables and other things which they would use for their kitchens.
Right.
But this place was refused. And as things stand at the moment, it was very interesting to get involved with the Ministry of Overseas Indian Affairs and get this place recognized as a heritage site. But I had the help of correspondence addressed by the MOIA to the West Bengal government was copied to me officially. That gave me the entry into the whole setup.
Okay.
And I could then, you know, talk to, at that point of time, the director of archaeology in West Bengal, Mr. Chakravarty, Gautam Chakravarty. He is now Director General in New Delhi of archaeology.
So you were the only person and the first person privy to this whole
Yes,
correspondence
to this whole
between the two,
yes,
central government and the state government.
Yes, that's right. And they wrote about 50 letters, maybe 100 letters to those to the West Bengal government. They did not get a single reply. Today, you go and see the replies on their files. It's all from me. Like when I met Mr. Gautam Sengupta, I phoned the Home Secretary and I requested him, can you come home and have dinner with me and bring your wife? We will work on this issue. So he came home and he had dinner with me. It was very kind of him to have done that, although he wouldn't reply to Delhi. But he came to my house and we had a sit-down dinner.
In Calcutta?
In Calcutta with French wine and so on. And then I told him, I need your help. So would you please let me know what I should do to get this going? He said, yes, Gautam Sengupta will tell you. And Gautam was such a nice, is a very nice person. He dropped by my house once in a week. Took us about 4 months to get the place declared heritage site, because I goaded Gautam, please go on, have an ad in the papers, a notice in the papers.
You need to go through the processes of...
Yes, I said go, and on the 1st of July, it appeared in the Times of India and in Jugantar, in Bengali and in English. And that anybody who's a claimant can come and claim this land back if they have objections. And we have the period of 30 days, no one came.
Okay.
And after 30 days, August, I said, now I move. Gautam told me, you move on to the heritage now. So I went to the heritage center. I met the chairman, Dr. P.C. Chandra, and I started badgering him as usual. Every week, every Thursday, 4 o'clock, I would be sitting in his office. Dr. Chandra, please do the needful, please do the needful. And I gave him copies of correspondence, and I gave him photographs of the Bhawanipur depot, which I had taken from the roof of a building next door, from the 10th floor. I took the 9th floor, there was theirs, but from the roof it becomes 10 floors. I took photographs of the Bhawanipur depot, plus I had the sketches done of the sheds, of the main building in front, everything, which are also available in my books.
Okay.
And I did all that, and I provided all this to Professor Chandra, and by September he declared it as put it as a notice and declared it as a heritage site. But it was given to us to be, you know, like to be said that this was owned by the Calcutta Turf Club,
okay.
Royal Calcutta Turf Club, and that the Royal Calcutta Turf Club had sold this premises to one Mr. Chamaria, or somebody or that by that name. And we went to search the records in the municipality to find out who had paid tax on this property and this area, and there was no records, no one had paid tax.
Okay.
Then...
Since when?
Oh, ever. And I kept telling them that this land belonged to the British government. It has come to the West Bengal government. Would you believe it, that this land belongs to nobody? This is what you call the evacuee land.
All right.
And
Okay.
it is today under dispute in the High Court.
Okay.
That Chamaria has said that this is to be done. I'm going to be interfering in it, and I met with Dr. Didar Singh, Secretary MOIA. He said yes, the MOIA also would probably become a party to it and all that. But I have all the documents from the High Court, and I'm working on it. And I had met with Mr. Ashok Ramsaran of the GoPO from New York, and they are very interested to work on a project to put up this museum that we want there, which should become something like a Mecca for... this is the only way we can pay homage to our ancestors.
Yeah, so potentially you're sitting on a huge project.
Yeah, we are sitting on a huge project.
And we are talking of 25 million people here and their sentiments
Yes,
attached to their ancestors.
Yes, of course.
Of whom not everybody went to the sugar colonies, but a very large number did.
Yes, wherever you are in the world,
yes.
the Indians have glorified the world.
Correct.
Okay, and we are very peaceful people. We are very docile. We are very hardworking.
Yes.
And where is it that we have created violence? Of course, there is a long report in my 5th volume coming out of riots in British Guiana.
Right.
Have you heard of that?
I have heard about the riots during the Forbes-Burnham period. The President Burnham.
Which is which year?
Which is in the mostly in the 1980s, 80s.
No, I'm talking of the 1800s.
Oh, you're talking of the 1800s.
I'm talking of the period of 1873 to 76.
Okay.
In that period, where there was a riot, and it's very interesting. So you will find this in the Proceedings, Volume 5.
Okay. You spoke about the different parts of the world to which indentured workers from India were sent. Where did they become more prosperous than, say, the rest of the places? Where do you see these pockets of prosperity more than other places?
Although the indentured labor started with Mauritius, the prosperity came quicker and easier to people who went to British Guiana, Jamaica and Trinidad.
Okay. And why
it is probably because the French planters suppressed these people for far too long also, and there were too many conditions and too many laws, although it was a British colony. But the governors there were under the thumbs of the planters, the French planters.
Okay.
Oh, there was a lot of trouble. There was a lot of trouble of not paying them wages, and on time, six months' wages were not paid, and how they were oppressed, and how they could not get interpreters to redress matters in court when the magistrates would be sitting there. And the magistrates themselves were planters.
Okay.
So there was a lot of problem. Whereas we have records which I have reproduced in my annual report, I forget the volume, but it is 1875-76, about 2 Indians by the name of Jappi and Raghunandan in Trinidad, that they were racing, and it's mentioned there 2 coolies, Jappi and Raghunandan, were racing thoroughbred horses, and they had won 6 classics in 1 year.